Curtis Selby's time, breaking down the stories every view will unwind. From left to right we'll see the light. It's balance we're chasing, no fighters fight. Curtis Selby talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. Dave's out with the cheerful whistle and guitar riff. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The convo's unique. Curtis Selby talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
$1 million. $1 million. $1 million.
Hey guys, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. All right, let's go over this again, but I'll spare you the $1 million. I don't want to wake up today. All right, so John Ponerero, super chat for $9.99, the biggest super chat I have yet received. Working today. Have a great stream, folks. I've already played the $1 million. I won't make you suffer through it again unless you want to. You don't even need to send a super chat. Just say you want $1 million and I'll play it again. Connie Cleary gifted a membership to the channel, and that membership has gone to Words and Pictures. Already a wonderful person in the community now. He is a gifted member. He has a month of membership. Hopefully I earn him staying on, but you know what? Whether he feels like staying on or not, God love you, Words and Pictures. God love you, Connie Cleary. You didn't miss much. You mostly missed me going Scooby, Scooby, Scooby-Doo. And we have Resolute Germ, 99-cent super sticker. It's a sticker of a smiley face with dollar signs in the eyes. And then, awoo, Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf. Welcome, hail, and well met. That man's a lucky fella. And then that's when I saw it. Curtis is missing, and I was missing. Ha-ha! And I probably tempted more Oklahomans to listen to this than by anything else I've done yet on this channel. Like I said, but you didn't hear, we really don't have a long way to go. We really don't have a short time to get there. But we're Oklahoma bound. Watch Old Bandit run. And I had also said what I thought was very clever. Well, I forgot the other thing I said. But I wanted to say that I want to talk at the end of the show about the future of the channel, just a little bit. We'll talk about it then. Right now, let's end the stream. No, let's end the music, which you guys have been dutifully listening to while I've been just kind of in the background, taking a nap and just all that stuff. I'm going to play it one more time just because I like it. Look at the things that I listen to. You're probably like, what kind of crazy crap does Curtis listen to? Some of this you'll recognize. Here's 2C time or 2C TV. Here's the in the desert bird people who I'm trying to monetize. I've been playing some of their stuff in the background. Connie Cleary with one of her birds. What the heck is this? And this one, of course.
$1 million.
All right, I know you guys aren't made of money, but just in case, I will keep that up so that in case anyone does send any more streams or anything, I've got it ready to zap in there with your $1 million reward. So let's begin. This is the show where I talk about all things Northern Oklahoman, and one Oklahoman listens to me. That is probably as much my fault as anything, but yeah, there it is. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. All right. Oklahoma Schools Chief Ryan Walters has been doing shenanigans allegedly. I wonder if there's an allegedly sound bite. I'm not going to look for it right now. Gutfield would have allegedly, or a sexist would say. I don't have anything like that. That's what I need, is something like that. A sexist would say. So tempting to just spend the entire show. I ought to set up a 5 super chat goal so that all the rest of the show is just me playing $1 million over and over again. I'd probably be just about as good as anything else I would do. Ryan Walters allegedly was playing videos of nude women during one of his meetings. I didn't feel like sharing it because I felt it was beneath the dignity and the righteous cause of sharing news about Northern Oklahoma. Well, screw dignity. We're going to share at least a part of the story. Oklahoma Schools Chief Ryan Walters denies responsibility for explicit images. And because I have been chastised by the YouTube gods and have thoroughly learned my lesson, I will in no way share my opinion about anybody's politics, nor will I in any way refer to the punchability of this person's face at all. So this article was originally published in the 19th, and here we are. Evidently, YouTube thinks that when I'm sharing stuff with you guys, it needs to be showing us women's butts. I promise I don't really look at women's butts that much. I'm usually looking at the other side. But that's what YouTube wants to do to embarrass me. Anyway, after a public backlash for pushing Bibles endorsed by President Donald Trump on Oklahoma students. Oh, by the way, the source here is the 74. I don't know who they are, but to be fair, they probably don't know who I am either. So we're even. State Superintendent of Public Instruction Ryan Walters is now mired in scandal for an entirely different reason. Images of nude women on his office television. Yes, I know I've had my faux pas in the past, but I'm not part of the Oklahoma State Board of Education. So there's a slightly different scale of stuff there. 2 members of the Oklahoma State Board of Education are accusing Walters, who was, I'm just reading this, I'm not commenting on what I think about this, who was on Trump's short list of education secretary candidates last year, of screening graphic images on a television connected to his computer Thursday during a closed-door meeting focused on teaching credentials and student attendance. Now, the state's Republican leaders, including Governor Kevin Stitt, say they support a probe into the conduct of the conservative superintendent who has called teachers perverts. And I have 3 friends who are teachers. Again, I'm not here to comment on the politics of anyone. We can all be perverts if we want to. Who has called teachers perverts and backed bans of books he claims contains pornography. Walters has also faced criticism from LGBTQ plus. I'm really not meaning to make fun of anyone. I'm just having fun. LGBTQ plus groups for his policies and rhetoric, which came under scrutiny last year when a non-binary Oklahoma teenager named Next Benedict died after a physical altercation with classmates. Again, I am not commenting on the politics. I'm just reporting the story. I'm just sharing what these good people have written, and so far they've written it a lot better than a lot of the things that I read. So kudos to them. In a statement on Sunday, Walters denied the accusations. I thought about playing it for you guys, but it really just frankly wasn't entertaining enough. That's all I'm going to say about that. Walters denied the accusations, which he called, quote, politically motivated attacks, as he prioritizes parental rights and rejects radical, quote unquote, radical education agendas. Darp, 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 darp. Okay, we're still reading. Any suggestions? See, I almost made a side quote, but finally YouTube is showing something besides butts. Thank you, or actually it's Yahoo. Thank you for showing something besides women's hinders. Thank you, because my show really doesn't need any of that stuff, and as you can see, neither does Walters. Any suggestion that a device of mine was used to stream inappropriate content on the television set is categorically false, he said. I have no knowledge of what was on the TV screen during the alleged incident, and there is absolutely no truth to any implication of wrongdoing, quote and unquote. Board members Ryan Deathridge and Becky Carson, I wonder if she's related to Johnny Carson, allege that in Walter's office last week they saw full frontal nudity on the TV. Carson told the Oklahoman that she confronted Walters about what she'd seen, demanding he turn off the television at once. And he complied. Deathridge said he witnessed the exchange between Carson and Walters. A third board member, who said he did not see the confrontation, described the superintendent as shook up and obviously a little flustered or embarrassed during the executive session. All right. Quentin Hitchcock, a spokesman for Walters, denied that Walters bears responsibility for the explicit content shown. So just let the wording of that sink in. Again, no comment on the politics, just sharing what's been written. Telling the Oklahoman that multiple people have access to the superintendent's office. Okay. And that may be a fair point. I don't know. He also described the state board, which has challenged Walters repeatedly over issues including free student lunch, teacher assessments, and his partnership with an online school. as hostile to the superintendent. These falsehoods are the desperate tactics of a broken establishment afraid of real change, Walters said in his statement. They aren't just attacking me, they're attacking the values of the Oklahomans who elected me to challenge the status quo. I will not be distracted. My focus remains on making Oklahoma the best state in the nation in every category. Unquote. Oklahoma was recently ranked 50th in the nation in a new study on school quality by personal finance company Wallet Hub. And my two out-of-state teacher friends keep wondering why I keep begging them to come here. Just putting that out there. See, this is what you should be showing me, Yahoo. Like whipped cream on dog food. That's at least, I don't know. Maybe it is still confusing. Who knows? People's minds are in the gutter anymore. As Walters accuses the board members of ulterior motives, the governor expresses his trust and appreciation for the State Board of Education. They, quote, they are volunteers who are sacrificing their time to serve Oklahoma students, Stitt said. Should these allegations be true, all I can say is that I am profoundly disappointed, unquote. The board members' allegations have initiated a review by Oklahoma's Office of Management and Enterprise Services. Quote, the accounts made public by board members paint a strange, unsettling scene that demands clarity and transparency, said Senate President Pro Tem Lonnie Paxton, a Republican, in a statement. Quote, Senator Adam Pugh and I appreciate the quick action by OMS to help coordinate through this situation to get details on exactly what happened. More transparency is essential before strong conclusions can be drawn. Oklahoma House Speaker Kyle Hilbert said in a statement that the allegations against Walters warrant a third-party review. I'll be happy to review it, and I'll work cheap. Come on, guys. I'll even be the grant writer for it. Come on. I urge the state superintendent to unlock and turn over all relevant devices and fully cooperate with an investigation, said Hilbert, a Republican. If no wrongdoing occurred, a prompt and transparent review should quickly clear his name, unquote. Deathridge and Carson want to see Walters held accountable in the same way a teacher would be under these circumstances. Let that thought sink in. Again, I'm not commenting on the politics. I'm just sharing what is being reported. And I have got to say that this is actually a 10 times better piece of reporting than I usually get out of The Atlantic, CNN, or MSDNC. Yeah, I made a comment about politics. Sorry, I'm just a human. We hold educators to the strictest of standards when it comes to explicit material, Deathridge said in a statement. The standard for the superintendent should be no difference. All right. So that is that story. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys think of it. You guys think, hey, hail and well met, Gorilla's random thoughts. Crap, it's 1:30 already. What did I miss? Well, what you missed was that our lovely Secretary of Education here in Oklahoma has had allegations thrown at him that during a board meeting with one of the spiffy big boards of education. I have no idea how many boards there are, so I'm just putting it out there. That he allegedly was playing some naughty videos with women displaying full frontal nudity. Nudity, nudity. Sorry, there's no one that will get that joke. Never mind. And while I'm at it, I will be as maybe not as cool as Connie Cleary, but I will emulate her and say, "Kaplaw! Gorillas Random Thoughts. Glory to you and your house." And Gorillas is saying, "So it's a Tuesday." No, it's a Sunday, but it was a Thursday at the time. So your statement still, it has merit. I haven't changed my avatar. I don't know. I kind of like this avatar. Me talking to the founding fathers with a computerized version of Cassie in the foreground. I kind of like it. Toga, toga, toga. You got it. So there it is. One of the big news stories. We have another one that at least to me is sad, may not be sad, or I hope it will be at least a little sad to all of you, but it won't be quite as sad because I doubt if any of you in the chat have any knowledge of this guy whatsoever. This is from KOSU NPR. Former Oklahoma Governor George Nye dies at 98. This is him from last year at an event at Oklahoma's state capitol. So, George Nye, Oklahoma's longest serving governor, has died at the age of 98. Throughout his decades long career, the McAllister Democrat, because the Democrats actually used to be the powerhouse in this state, now it's the Republicans. The McAllister Democrat held office as a state representative, lieutenant governor, governor, and the president of the University of Central Oklahoma. He was also a Navy man, a teacher, a member of the J.C. Penney board, and a public relations contractor. As a state representative, Nye introduced the bill that made Oklahoma the official state song. Here he is with his wife, Donna, as they're casting their ballots during a 1982 primary election. She looks pretty stern there. I mean, I don't know the woman, so I don't want to comment too much about it, but it's kind of like, Nye, you're supposed to put the ballot in that box, not in the other box. I probably being totally unfair to her. He served 4 different gubernatorial terms. Although 2 were short substitute governor shifts covering for J. Howard Edmondson and David Boren when they moved on to serve in the U.S. Senate. Although his first stint as governor only lasted 9 days, Nye made the most of it. Quote, he fired and replaced the members of the Oklahoma Planning and Resources Board to facilitate the approval of an agreement with the federal government to build the Arrowhead and Fountainhead lodges on Lake Eufaula, unquote. Nye's friend and biographer Bob Burke wrote for the Oklahoma Historical Society's Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Nye was elected governor in 1978 and became Oklahoma's first re-elected governor 4 years later. Now think about that. We went into the 70s before we ever re-elected a governor. Does that say a lot about the intelligence of the Oklahoma voter or the corruption of the Oklahoma governor? I will let you be the judge. KOSU goes on. He appointed the first 2 women ever to serve on the Oklahoma Supreme Court. Alma Wilson in 1982, followed by Yvonne Calger 2 years later. There was a time when Alma became Oklahoma Supreme Court Justice in 1982. Quote, George, dang it, I do have a sore throat today. George changed my life by appointing me to the Supreme Court and making Oklahoma one of the first states to have two, count them, two girls for every boy. No, no, two women. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I had to. I had to. We were one of the first states to have two women on the state's highest court. Calger, now retired, said in a statement, I send him flowers every year. Supreme Court sends me flowers anymore. I sent him flowers every year after I was appointed on March 14 to thank him for giving me that honor. He never failed to write me a note and to tell me how proud he was of me. That meant the world to me, unquote. As governor, Nye also appointed a commission to streamline the state's executive branch, grouping more than 500 state agencies under cabinet sections for more efficient interagency coordination. Well, let me back up here. I know I said I'm trying not to comment on politics, but we had 500 state agencies? Why? Okay, I I will comment no further on that. That's not Nye's fault, I hope, I think. I assume, because I actually kind of liked the guy. See, there was a time when you didn't have to hate someone just because they were Democrat or Republican. You could love and respect someone, whatever, whether it's a D or an R, by their name. Nye led the state through an economic downturn, which I remember well. After the early 80s oil bust, he signed Oklahoma's franchise tax into law, providing some state revenue from corporations independent of their profitability. Nye's friends and fellow political leaders remember him as a kind and gregarious storyteller. He was a man of love, humility, and goodness. Former Governor Frank Keating shared in a statement, we loved him for who he was and what he was. We shall miss him terribly. Unquote. Nye's wife, Donna Nye, and daughter, Georgianne Nye Duty, still live in Oklahoma. I think that was very well written, Grayson Wheeler, whoever you are. So I didn't see a single misspellation, and in no way could I have told whether she hated Republicans or anything. She just did a good job of telling who this guy was. But Nye, yes, I remember those dark times in the early 80s when we suddenly went from being a very wealthy state to being very poor. We've never recovered, but that I don't put that on you, Governor Nye, wherever you're at in the afterlife. For what it's worth, I know I'm not supposed to be political, but good on you for what you tried to do, and I hope you rest well in the next life. Let's see what's going on in the chat. If anything, I may have put you all to sleep. I think I did. There's nobody chatting at all. Wow. Okay. Curtis Selby puts them to sleep. Making coffee. All right. Here, let's see. Let's see if this wakes you all up a little bit. No, I've already done this enough. I was going to play the $1 million, but I won't for this time. I don't have any other news stories, at least for Oklahoma, piled up. So, but I don't really want to start the last segment just yet. Gorillas, random thoughts. I missed half the stream, so I'm a bit lost. All you missed was Ryan Walters, our education guy, has allegedly been showing full frontal nudity shows in his meetings. I'm really grossly oversimplifying it and being unfair to Ryan Walters. I'm sure there's a more professional way of putting that, but you missed that. And that's it. That's literally it. Gorilla's random thoughts. I heard the Indian drum meme on loop gets people's attention. You know what? Let's try that. Let's see what happens. I mean, we are northern Oklahoma, and Oklahoma means land of the red man. So let's try and see this. So, Native American drum music. Hopefully, this isn't copyright. Okay, I liked it. So there's 8 seconds, YouTube. Demonetize me if you dare. Oh, red dot Indian. Oh, okay. The actual Indians. Yeah, it's still showing the same stuff. YouTube has no clear idea of there's a whole planet between the two societies. So yeah, Asian India. How's that? Asian India drums. Ooh, hey, that looks nice. I'll bet this is copyright, but I'm going to try a few seconds, see if it wakes us all up. Man, that did wake me up. And there's that great big ginormous bust. Heck, maybe it's the top of a statue. I don't know. Of, I believe that's Krishna. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times and will be again. But yep, one of their spiffy gods, big old 20, 30 foot high head right behind them. That's fantastic. All right. Gorilla sent something to me on Twitter. Let's take a quick look at that. John Ponterero is working today from 2 to 7:30. Much love to you, sir. Talking about a Canada kick. Oh, hey, here it is. Gorilla's Random Thoughts sent me a link. Okay, I can't play the whole thing because, like I say, it's probably copywritten, but I will play a little bit of derp, 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 derp. A cat vibing to Levin Polka. Okay, so we've got Indian music being called polka, which is fine. All right, here we go. I'll play 8 seconds of. All right. There we go. We made it to the 1 hour. We made it to the 40-minute mark almost. Oh, Russia's going to block me. Well, fine. Whatever. I'm Russian asset. Gorbachev pays me many. Oh, wait. What is that, Cassie? Gorbachev has been dead for some time? Well, who is president of Russia? Oh, Brezhnev. Brezhnev. What? What? Brezhnev has been dead for some time. Why do you not tell me these things? Who am I getting my paycheck from? Vladimir Putin? He is nothing but KGB agent. Why would he be paying my paycheck? Gorillas are in thoughts. We left that on loop for LDG for 8 hours. He was craving curry for a week. Oh man, I wanted curry last night so bad. Story for another day. Let me share something and then I'm going to call it a stream. I as you know, I've gotten laid off, and I'm not bringing that up to beg for money. You guys have already paid me a lot on this stream. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. Um, the reason I bring it up is because I feel like this is. I know I talk about this occasionally because I'm weird, but I feel like the chapter is changing in my life. I feel like this chapter began when I got promoted at the job before the previous job. And I took this route out here and I moved. Technically, Tulsa is still part of northern Oklahoma, but I kind of count it as a separate thing because Tulsa is so dominant. When I'm talking northern Oklahoma, I mean the smaller towns, the parts that are west of Tulsa, the towns that have, I'm going to say, less than 100,000 people. There aren't many towns west of Tulsa that have more than 50,000. Uh, Most of them are smaller than 50,000. And I tried to make my way as a salesman, and in a lot of ways I was very successful, but I also had some dangerous failings. One of them being that I have a moral character, and that was not a good trait as a salesman. And so I took on another job and I got laid off, and now here I am. But what has that got to do with the channel? Well, I've been trying this Voice of Northern Oklahoma thing for 6 months now. And yes, I've gotten some support, and I'm thankful for it. I really am. But to my knowledge, I have one loyal listener out of northern Oklahoma listening. One Oklahoman. I'm kind of not seeing the point of continuing on with this series because this has been the best parcel of time for me to stream. I will still be doing something, and I'm not announcing it is over just yet. I want to talk to you guys because you are the paying customers, and as is, I will, if I'm going to be, I got to be a little bit fair. The one Oklahoman has been one of my staunchest supporters. It's like, I've got Connie Cleary, I've got John Ponterero, I've got Resolute Germ, I've got Gorilla's Random Thoughts, and then I've got this Oklahoman. So I don't want to drop it without at least talking to people. But I'm discouraged about it. I know some of it's on me. I could have done a better job. I could have promoted it better. I could have networked it better. But like the other day, I promoted a song that had been produced here in Tonkawa, and you know what my response has been? I got a copyright strike. That's it. Crickets. Nothing. Nothing. So northern Oklahoma, I've been holding back some bitter words. I'm going to hold them back a little bit longer. But if you really want people to be interested in you, maybe promote other northern Oklahomans. And that's as far as I'm going to take that speech at the moment. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Yeah, you call it a small town if it has less than 100,000. Hell, I call it a big town if it has 5,000. Yeah, that's the way I was most of my life. But after living in Tulsa, I realized that most Americans, yeah, it seems like most most urban Americans, if it's less than 100,000, that's a small town. That, you make Hallmark movies out of that town. Now I'm having trauma from the Hallmark movie you tried to share, Gorillas. Thanks. Um, I love some of these people, but I kind of hate that they send all their stuff right in the middle of my streams. I don't want to pay attention to you right now. I want to stream. Okay. I love you, but that's it. That's all. I'm streaming. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Put your stream on the Oklahoma subreddit. Well, duh. Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that before I give up. And I'll at least do a few more episodes before I give up. Lizzie Armstrong. Hey, over here in Australia, it's 4:46 a.m. Welcome, Lizzie Armstrong. And okay, here's the. It's been easier to get people in Australia to listen to this than it has been to get Oklahomans to listen to it. And it's disheartening because it makes me think, why am I bothering to talk about it? I shifted a little bit. Okay, so Oklahomans aren't listening, but maybe my listeners would like to know about Northern Oklahoma. And that may be the shift that I make. I don't know. There it is. PvP is saying hi. I've still got a few minutes, and you guys are the paid listeners, so I'm going to share something. Let's see. What of y'all have shared so many great things, so I want to share something that one of you has shared. I'm going to share. John Ponterero, he gave me a $10 super chat, so he's earned this. Let me share what John Ponterero shared the other day. I am sharing my Twitter. Well, that's not dangerous at all. Maybe that's why Oklahomans look at my stream and are like, this is the voice of Northern Oklahoma? Screw him. PvP says, my cousin and I had a basement band. Would jam, made all kinds of songs that were actually pretty good. I'd love to post them for you guys, but I'm afraid some dumbass would claim it. Yep, that's where I'm at. I shared a great video. I'm not gonna take away from them that it was a fun song for this little town. It was very well made. Last time I looked at it, it had over 125,000 views. I mean, but I guess maybe they're too big. Maybe, this little piddly dink YouTuber over here who is monetized, but that's neither here nor there. Maybe he's not worthy of our attention. So, we're just gonna copyright strike him. PvP, I wouldn't be surprised if I got a claim on my own song. Yeah, I've gotten to where I just automatically delete out of everything, anything that gets a claim on it. It may not help, I don't know, but I'm really tired of fighting the YouTube thing. So, what John Ponterero has shared. Let's see. Let's do this one. He shared two things. One of them is Canada. Yes, another reason why I'm kind of discouraged is I can get Canadians to listen. I can get Canadians to be interested in Canada. I can't get Oklahomans to be interested in Oklahoma. And I'm tired of pushing a rope. I'm just going to say it. I'm tired of trying to push a rope uphill, guys. And I had another friend who said, well, once you get some success, then people will be interested. Okay, look, I grant maybe it's just the first phase, but I've gotten some success. So what do I need to do? I wish I had an Oklahoman in the chat, but I literally have nobody to even ask. What do I have to do to get you Oklahomans excited about Oklahoma? And if there's nothing, well, I'll keep living here because I've learned to be excited about it, you dumb sons of bitches. But I have learned that someone that doesn't want to be inspired will not be. They will not be. There's nothing you can do. God himself can come down with all of his glory and you will feel no inspiration because you are dead inside and have hearts of stone. Sorry, I let the walls down and it just kind of gushed out. I really didn't intend to go here today. Sorry about that. I will finish up with the chat, then I'm going to share a little bit of what's going on in Alberta, and then we'll call it a stream. PvP is saying YouTube really needs to come up with a clear set of copyright rules. Amen. Lizzie Armstrong sent some sparkly emojis. PvP says Curtis needs to twerk to get big success. No. That would not be big success. That would be most bad. Definitely bad. Connie Cleary is laughing about the music. All right. Okay, I went off on my fellow Oklahomans. Maybe that's not deserved, but there it is. Alberta just officially signed a massive pipeline deal with the USA from the Canadian Reporter. Let's see what some of this has to say.
Government isn't prepared to make the changes. I have to say, the Americans are still very interested.
Alberta and Saskatchewan are already more connected to the U.S. than to the rest of Canada.
Valuable.
Okay. So I'm going again. I have to be wary of the copyright strike. So I'm going to. They said a solid phrase there, so I'm going to stop it there for just a bit. I have a Canadian in the chat, not an Oklahoman, but I have a Canadian. What do you think about that? Is it true? Do those territories
are already more connected?
Saskatchewan and what?
The Americans are still very interested.
Alberta and Saskatchewan
are more attached to the United States, I'm assuming in economic areas, than to the rest of Canada. Is that true? And is that cool or not cool? Jeff B, hail and well met, would pay not to see that. Maybe that's what I should do. I should put up a goal, 5 super chats of any size. You will not see me twerk. I'm not going to do that. You guys have already paid enough in this stream. You've been very kind. So PvP is as usual. And I say that with love and respect because I love it that you do it, is sharing out the links, what's going on in Canada, what's in a bill, why we are alarmed. I do need to check that out. And if Oklahoma doesn't want to listen to me, maybe I'll just start talking about Canada. I mean, just let me know on social media what you guys want, because I'm going to listen to my one Oklahoma friend as well. If he still likes me talking about Oklahoma, I'll keep doing it. But I'm going to be blunt. You're my audience. The rest of Oklahoma wants to have me wait till September to get any help for my being off of work. You guys have sent me, I don't even know how much, but a fair amount of money, not a lot, not enough that I'm going to report it because it is under 100, and I'm not saying that to complain. I'm saying that, but still, that's way more than the state of Oklahoma is evidently going to get me until September, and then we wonder why people don't. Yeah. All right. PvP is saying check it out. PvP says a lot of channels get misinformation about Alberta. That is hyperbolic. Okay. Good. Enigma Severus is saying Selby, and I can hear Selby. Why so serious? You need to move to Oklahoma, Enigma, so we can have more quality education. Enigma Severus is addicted to good things. He kind of got addicted to his workout today, and that's fantastic. Hey, I did the lawn yesterday, except for one, like there's a patch in the back that I need to do. PvP, a percentage of Westerners are tired of being screwed by the East. So they may not be more associated to the United States, but they are tired of being screwed by Eastern Canada. Kevin's Trekkie, hail and well met. Peace and long life. Yes, Alberta and Saskatchewan are heavily tied to the U.S., but that goes for every province. A lot of what we buy or sell is dependent on the closest trading partner. And yeah, if memory serves, maybe not all, but most of the Canadian provinces border on the United States. Gorilla's random thoughts. How about the voice of North America? Hey, people kind of reacted as if I was being pompous, calling myself the voice of Northern Oklahoma. I'd really be pompous to be the voice of North America. But we can keep talking. We can keep talking. Keep giving me good ideas. I didn't trash the idea. I trashed my own presentation of things. Enigma, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Hello, you devilish man, you. PvP. Some folks in Alberta and Saskatchewan are wanting to separate. Still, many want to stay in Canada. Yes, and I suspect, I don't know. I don't know where things are going to head in Canada, but at least there are people in Canada with passion for their country. So, Kevin's Trekkie, the biggest issues comes to getting oil and other products overseas. It's logistically expensive for where we are geographically. It's a good point. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Being that pompous ass, you know I do. Lizzie Armstrong. I like the sound of the voice of Oklahoma as a title. Okay. So there it is. Australia has a voice in this and says they like the sound of the voice of Northern Oklahoma. So we've definitely got someone from Australia. Love you, Lizzie. Who's giving a vote for Oklahoma. And gorillas embrace being that pompous ass. Yes, that is probably something I should try to do. PvP, to legally separate a province would need to hold a referendum and get a majority in favor of separation. Not impossible, but a challenge. So I didn't share much of that video, but I've been talking for about an hour, and I feel like that's about as much, maybe just a little tiny bit more, so that it's actually sharing something. Here's this beautiful lady here, Danielle Smith, the Alberta Premier. Yeah.
Product. With plans for up to $3 billion in Indigenous equity, top-tier environmental safeguards, and direct trade routes to Asia and Europe, Alberta's done waiting. After losing $250 billion to Ottawa, they're not asking anymore.
Well, this deserves something. Let's see.
$1 billion, gajillion, fifillion, million. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough of that. Because I don't want the copyright strike. We just did that to say that that's what Canada wants, is $100 billion. Kevin's Trekkie, it's always been a vocal minority for Alberta to separate. Quebec was much closer to that decision, still couldn't do it. I think it's impossible based on all of Canada needing input. More input. Lizzie Armstrong, when I put my song up, I'll be interested if anyone copyrights it. Yeah, well, hopefully they don't. But, and some people don't take it as personally as I do. Because, it really isn't that big of a deal. It's you're talking about the loss of a few pennies and stuff like that. I just get annoyed when I try to bend over backwards to abide by the rule and they're still dinging me. So I'm a touchy fellow. What can I say? If you couldn't tell from the vituperative stream of abuse that came out of my mouth to my fellow Oklahomans, I actually do have a touchy side. I just try not to let people see it because it's probably not that attractive. Kevin's Trekkie, also, if you respect treaty rights or the native population, then separation would never be possible. Ooh, that is a good point. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Speaking of copyright, I wonder where Warner Brother is. I kind of miss them. I already got my blank U letter written. Lizzie Armstrong, UN Charter on Indigenous Rights. Ooh, that's a touchy subject. Well, we had a stream. I don't know about the rest of you. I had a good time. I don't know that I did a good job, but I had a good time. Let's indeed call it a stream. Where's that soft, soothing, not pornographic music? Here we are again. I just have to gloat over this one. John Ponerero, working today. Have a great stream, folks. Sent a $9.99 super chat. God bless you. Thank you so much. Connie Cleary gifted a membership, which went, because it's a random thing, to, I mean, not that he wouldn't have gotten it anyway, maybe, but Words and Pictures. Congratulations. I hope that I can earn your desire to stay with the channel. And lastly, not as far as comments, but as far as super chats and things of that sort, 99-cent super sticker from Resolute Germ, smiling face with $sign eyes. That's me, the tired blogger, just rolling in it, baby, rolling in the dough. We're in the money. Come on, my honey. Charlotte Nightstar is here saying, I woo to you. Thank you very much. While I'm at it, let's promote you guys too. Connie Cleary, obviously, she has her original channel with the birds and the music. I probably need to check her out today because I am obviously more rattled than I thought. Check out her channel and also her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions, where she's done quite a bit better than I did with Okie Wanderer. She's got crafty things, she's got interviews, she teams with an incredible community, playing watch parties and listening to old radio shows all night long. Oh, and she pairs with Adino, one of the great YouTubers, so please check her out. I've actually talked with Dino. I'm a superstar. And, of course, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. Check out her material. She's got poetry, she's got novels, she's got personality, charm and personality. She's got interviews, she has watch parties of great movies, commentary on great movies, reviews of great movies. Resolute Germ with that 99-cent super sticker. God love you, sir. Check out this wonderful gentleman's material as well. He has the watch parties as well of all kinds of fun stuff. I fell asleep the other night while he was playing some anime stuff. It wasn't that the anime was boring. I'm just a tired old fogey. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Hail and Wilmette, please check out this wonderful gentleman's material. He's the person who designed and put together my intro song. He also has some reviews. He has watch parties. He has the review of the Waltons on Friday, which I was in for the chat for a bit. Life is weird lately, but mostly good. Mostly. And he's got his own pretty spiffy community. He and Resolute Germ hang out quite a bit. He also has Mikey Susie 4 and Sci-Fi Sith Dan and Larry at Be Yourself Adventures. Several people, I'm probably forgetting, and PvP himself hang out on that channel. It's a great place. Check those folks out. And see, Gorillas has got all these great ideas. Stream on the Oklahoma subreddit. If nothing else, I will share this to the Oklahoma subreddit. See what happens. I think I started out doing that and then quit doing it because nobody ever listened. But I'll try. I will try again. PvP, please check out this wonderful gentleman's channel. He painted that painting behind him. Very artistic person, musical. He shares a lot of the music that he loves. He's the one that told me about "We Are the Priests of Syrinx." I'm completely trashing that song. It's a wonderful song and perfectly fits the things that are going on today. And oddly enough, some would say that the side that they were trashing ended up flipping, and now it's the other side. I'm going to be centrist in here and say both sides give me qualms of being the priests of the Temple of Syrinx. Jeff B., thank you very much. You've been listening almost since day one. God bless you. Thank you very much. I need to read this article. I haven't made up my mind, but I do think my next stream will be, unless something really cool happens in the next 24 to 48 hours, I probably will do some talking about Canada. And then I'm going to continue my series on the American Constitution. On that note, Enigma Severus, another wonderful creator here. Please check out his material. He's got wonderful movie reviews, wonderful musical tributes to all kinds of things, but mostly really cool movies. He also has a channel where you can learn Spanish. Me, I know how to say Yo Quiero Taco Bell. Kevin's Trekkie, live long and prosper. Please check out this gentleman's material as well. Trekkie, I love Trekkies. And then we've got no one from Oklahoma, but we do have someone from Australia, Lizzie Armstrong. From over on Connie Cleary's side, she's been producing some of her own material as well. Really amazing shorts of all kinds of stuff, but mostly Australian countryside and some car shows. God bless you, Lizzie. And that bird Fifi is just the sweetest. Give hugs to Fifi. Check out this creator's material, please. And thank you. Something I learned by being an Oklahoman, but we're not going to be enthused about Oklahoma because we think we should be rude like all the rest of the country. All right, people are saying stuff, so let's get caught up on the chat and then call it a stream. PvP is saying Quebec came close to separating, only came a few percent short. Lizzie Armstrong, lovely show as always. Curtis and Cassie, thank you very much. Lovely listener here. And my love to Lizzie and Fifi. Gorilla's random thoughts. How touchy on a scale of a handshake to Biden sniffing you? Somewhere slightly closer to the handshake, I hope. No sniffing allowed. God help us. God help us all. PvP, the UN is a joke. They can keep their dirty nose out of Canadian politics. I wish I had something to take a shot to. That Slunche is donde. That may be the quote of the stream, unless somebody says something really cool before I sign off here. Kevin's Trekkie, who is also Canadian, I believe. We are in Canada in a confederation. It is much different than the USA states, where many states were self-governing before becoming a country. Our provinces more like territory managers. PvP, the UN needs to end. They don't unify nations anymore. They divide them. Lizzie Armstrong nursing Stormy Cat. He's not been very well for the last 24 hours. So please, all of you praying folks out there, please send some prayers for Lizzie's Stormy Cat. And if you're not a praying person, send some positive vibes. PvP, Canadian laws makes the Indigenous thing complicated. And it is. I took a course on the Native American legal relationship to the United States. It's complicated enough here. I'm sure it's complicated there too. Lizzie, Pleasant, yeah, it certainly needs some review of its members and actions. Speaking of the UN, Kevin's Trekkie, I missed the last watch party you held. I'll keep my eye out on the next one, and I need to do another one fairly soon, if only for the members or for somebody. Maybe you'll send me some ideas of what you want to watch, and we'll see what we can get done. I can't pay to watch anything right now, but if we've got something cool that's on something I still have access to, I still haven't canceled my Prime yet. I need to, but so far I've made all my bills. Reference back to I had a little more than a month saved up. But yeah, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. If you ever need help with the channel, you got my DMs. Yeah, I may just hit you up in the next few days. I want to be more specific than just help me, Gorilla, help me. But I may try to figure out some specific questions to ask you. Gonna hit you up. PvP thing is, the Native community has had lip service from the feds for many decades. Yeah, sounds like the United States Native community. Many communities still don't have potable water. Oh, yuck. And have substandard housing. That's terrible. Yeah, let's just say it's very hit and miss over here, too. Leave it at that. PvP, the chiefs get millions to line their pockets while their people suffer. I'm sure that doesn't happen anywhere in the United States at all. Lizzie Armstrong, we are very aware of Indigenous issues here. I have written extensively about the topic. Ooh, I may need, you know what? I need to do something here. Hold on. Here we are, the voice of Northern Oklahoma, finally doing something smart. Lizzie. Wait, yes, I'm going to add her as a standard moderator. So Lizzie, I'm going to reward you with the song that you are a smooth operator, smooth moderator, smooth moderator. And you can now share your writings, your material, whatever you like to share. Please don't make it, inappropriate stuff. You send that stuff directly to me. Right, Curtis said right before it was canceled. A sexist would say. Kevin's Trekkie, PvP, I think given a better deal by a province that did separate Native communities, may choose to come along. PvP is saying, not saying all band leaders are corrupt, but enough still are. Connie Cleary, east side, west side of Canada, totally different beast within its own borders. Kevin's Trekkie, the big point is that Quebec was more united by language and culture. Alberta isn't united by anything. Alberta, brought to you by the letter A. Connie Cleary says, nothing wrong with my voice. Thank you. You're very kind. Enigma Severus, 'tis been a good listen. Huzzah, hurrah, hurrah. PvP, Kevin's Trekkie, yes, Alberta Coles. I don't know. Alberta made billions if the feds would allow pipelines to the... Alberta citizens' souls maybe would make billions if the feds would allow pipelines to the coast. If Alberta could get the oil flowing to the world markets, they could offer the natives a generous deal. Well, God forbid that we should offer the natives a generous deal. Connie, cock-a-doodle-doo. All right. I think people are hinting that this needs to come to an end, but I'm going to get to the end of the chat, and then I'm going to end it. Lizzie Armstrong, I'm still a week behind rent. Oh, crap. So far, I mean, it's coming soon, but so far I'm on top of everything. But this next week or so is probably going to be... I've paid rent. I have 2 months rent paid. So at least for 2 months, I unless I do something really like stupid and illegal, which I guess arguably, but I probably have a place to live for 2 months. Whether I have heat when winter starts, that's a different story. But Gorilla's Random Thoughts, just do a backstage chat and see what comes to mind. Ooh, John Wick for the next movie. I will see if I can get my hands on it. And I may just do, y'all also send me some times, because that's another problem is I would love to maximize the number of you good folks who can watch it. And it seems like I'm always picking times where maybe 2 people can show up. Yeah, PvP Sade just filed a claim against Curtis. Lizzie is thanking me. Thank you. Lizzie Armstrong. Oh, cool. Yes, my writing passes the okay for public test. Trying to locate data. PC still down. Oh, yuck. That's terrible. And PvP Carney is a climate change fanatic. He wants to kill the fossil fuel industry. Well, in spite of all the vituperative and rage that I've thrown out, I still do love northern Oklahoma. If I don't love it, I've got plenty of places to go, right? And while there's probably no Oklahoman listening, especially after the tirade I just threw, I do want y'all to know it's a lovely place, has a deep and resonant culture. And if we can just get the people inspired and passionate, who knows what we might accomplish. But if we don't, for now, I still would like to invite you to fall in love with northern Oklahoma. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful Sunday. Spoon!